Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai Bashem Rakakwadash Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video Luke 8:28. Hell, and what does it mean? Or what does Luke 8:28 mean? Also, more proof that Trump is Nero. So first I'd like to go into proof that Trump is Nero. Give me a second. And you heard it first at GMS, but we strongly believe that Donald J. Trump is Nero coming back. We know reincarnation is biblical concept. So here you got this is from the BBC. So I typed in Trump to hold UFC at White House. He got the belt. He's wearing the belt. It says White House to host UFC fight sometime next year. U.S. President. And by the way, next year, 2026, is 250 years. This country is 250 years old. So when you read, if you go to Google and you put in the average lifespan of an empire, and the United States is an empire, though they don't want to be called an empire, they're an empire. And then a bigger empire would be NATO and the EU nations, NATO nations. So that's a major, but the unofficial head would be the United States. Ultimately, the EU, NATO/NATO nations will, if they possess whatever EU or NATO nations possess intercontinental ballistic missiles, they will shoot them on Babylon the Great. America's going to go down by thermonuclear destruction, utterly destroyed, and become the biggest desert on the planet Earth. So it says, okay, President Trump says he wants to stage UFC fight on White House grounds. NPR, NBC. UFC confirms Trump's plan to host a fight at White House in 2026. CNN, Trump says he plans to host UFC fight at the White House. And if that event, it comes off, everybody's going to be talking about it. President Donald Trump announces upcoming UFC event at White House in 2026. So now let's go, and then if you go back to the old school WWE or WWF days, he was actually in the ring fighting people, because that's all stage. And he was behind what casino did he own in Atlantic City? He owned a casino up there. I forget the name. Was it the Taj Mahal? Somebody help me out. But anyway, he used to host Mike Tyson fights in Atlantic when he fought in Atlantic City. So he was always that gladiatorial type of individual, He likes being in front of an audience. He likes being in front of the cameras. He's long-winded. He tell you in a minute he's the best. I did this. I'm the greatest president that ever lived. God, he said God chose him. He's a chosen vessel of the Most High, like the Apostle Paul. And that's more reason for us to believe that he's a Nero coming back. Everything is reincarnation. Reincarnation is biblical. It's a biblical concept. So anyway, and this guy looked like Trump. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me read this. I may even go to AI mode. It said Emperor Nero was known for his dramatic flair and love of spectacle. That's Trump, which included gladiatorial events. While he didn't personally compete in gladiatorial combat, he did participate in other types of competitions, such as chariot racing, which was like staged for him to win, singing, and acting at events he staged. He also used gladiatorial games along with other forms of entertainment to distract. The word entertainment translates into the word distract, a distraction. To distract the Roman populace, a practice referred to as bread and circuses. I don't got to read no anymore. Emperor Nero and spectacle entertainment, Marcus of Capua. I'll go into that another time. But you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. I know what bread and circuses mean. I just want to kind of go into it. More reason to believe that this is Nero. Meaning. Bread and circuses, or bread and games, from Latin penem et circenses, is a metonymic of phrase referring to superficial appeasement. Let me open this up. It's for stupid people, do something to distract the people. Oh my goodness. Give them bread and circuses and they will never revolt. We told you this is Rome all over again. The evil was not in bread and circuses per se, but in the willingness of the people to sell their rights as free men, and ultimately that chip, you sold your right as a free man and woman or woman for full bellies, and the excitement of the games like gladiatorial events. Modern gladiatorial events would be the UFC, boxing matches, basketball, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. You got the American Idol and The Voice, reality shows. That's to keep people, stupid people, distracted. Entertainment means distract. We're gonna look up the word entertainment. Excitement of the games, which would serve to distract them from the other human hungers which bread and circuses can never appease. Let me see. Come over here. Penim, bread, et circenses, circuses, bread and circuses. The gladiatorial games. As you can see, got a whole thing of bread passing out and giving them entertainment. So let's look up the word. Entertainment meaning. Entertainment meaning.
Here's the definition of entertainment: the action of providing or being provided with amusement or enjoyment.
Okay, let me do this. Let me go to the, give me a second here. Go to Etemon online. Okay, 1530s entertainment provisions for support of a retainer, manner of social behavior, now obsolete along with others. 16th circa senses from entertain and meant meaning the amusement of someone is from 1610s sense of that which entertains is from 1650s that of public performance or display meant to amuse is from 1727. Late 15th circa to keep up, maintain, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind, from like the Israeli Gaza situation. They're keeping that out of the news. From old French, entertain near, hold together, stick together, support. From entertainment, from Latin enter, see enter, entertainer, to hold. I'm looking for the word distraction, which they're saying amusement, which is it distracts people. Sense of having guess is late 15 circa, that of gratify, amuse in 1620s, meaning to allow something to consideration, taken to mind, of opinion, motion. But it means to distract somebody. When you entertain somebody, you're distracting them. So there you go. And like I said, let me do this. What is the average lifestyle of, give me a second. The average lifespan of an empire. It says span of an empire. The lifespan of an empire, Babylon is an empire, varies greatly, but on average, empires last around 250 years. Some empires, like the Roman Empire, have lasted for over 1,000 years. That actually, Jake took over most of the Roman Empire. Esau started the Roman Empire at around 65 BC, and last Edomite emperor was in 95. We're talking 95 BC, which is about 150 years. And then Jake took over. All the emperors that came after Nerva were all Jakes, while others have collapsed much more quickly. The average duration is a useful benchmark, but it's important to remember that each empire has its own unique history and circumstances. So it says, on average, 250 years. Next year, 2026, he's planning on making a big deal celebrating America, which is the 200 from 1776 to 2026. That's 250 years. So America's in its 249th year. But he said, Trump said he's planning on having a celebration of America for the whole year. It's going to be all kind of events. Let me ask this question. Is the United States of America an empire? United States of America in empire. An empire it should be. The question about the United States of America an empire can be interpreted in several ways, but generally refers to the idea of the U.S. as an empire, particularly in its expansionist period. That's an empire. They were at the east, 13 original colonies. They went out to the west. Only the Monroe Doctrine and what was the other? Manifest Destiny. They said God gave us the power to bless us with this place, just like the Israelites were blessed with the land of Canaan. And that's true. The Most High did bless you, but now he's gonna take away that blessing. He's gonna give you curses now. And its influence on the world stage. This includes the concept of U.S. imperialism, which involves the extension of political, economic, cultural. Pretty much the whole planet is based upon a democracy which came out of America. Cultural, media, and military influences beyond its border. There's supposedly 800 plus U.S. military bases set up around the whole planet. They always try to downplay it. So anyway, so this is Babylon. So anyway, let me deal with this. So I did this video last night. Somebody put a comment. Luke 8 verse 28. Luke 8 verse 31. He also put Matthew 8 verse 29. What is the torment and deep abyss that these demons are scared to get cast to? Now I clicked on this individual's page and he's not down with GMS. He's kind of coming his own way. He probably saw some IUIC videos, GMS videos, and kind of came up with his own thing. He doesn't show his face. I don't know if this is him. Let me see something. Let me try something.
Malak Ministry. Man, if we're not the prophets coming back in our lot, then I don't know who is.
Okay, so that's what he looks like. Most of his videos, like right here. He watched some IUIC, ISBK, GMS, and he kind of came up with his own thing. and he's claiming that he's a prophet. Like right here, this is a video he did a day ago. So normally what I'll do is they'll say their name and they'll say I'm from IUIC or GMS, or they'll say they'll praise the name of the Most High and His Son. No praise for the Most High and His Son.
The real Independence Day. You have this funky holiday coming up. You know, here in Babylon. Shalom Yasharallah Yahweh, Brother Malak. I'm back with the biblical.
Now he said Yasha Allah, so we know he's not a Yah Israelite, but he didn't praise the Most High.
Lesson breakdown. Salak. This one is going to be titled.
Where you learn Salak from in Yasha Allah? I'm guaranteed he watched GMS. And you got a lot of these guys that'll watch a couple of videos from one camp and another, and they'll kind of put, I like what these people say, I'm going to use that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So anyway, let's come back over here. Shalom to the 144,000. So, I mean, I can go into all these scriptures, but I said, let me take Luke 8 and 28. Luke 8 and 28. I'm going to look it up. Because based upon his questions, two posts here, he believes that there is a hell. And you can thank Bishop Nathaniel for further confusing people. Okay, let me see something. So I went into the word torment. I didn't go into the root of the word yet. The word torment, I'll let you hear it.
Strong's G 928. Basanidzo.
Basanidzo. And it means, it says pain, loss, vex, toil. You know, if you're working in a job, what do you call that? A dead-end job, and you ain't got skills to get a better job. That's a toil. You got to toil. You got to do. You got to clean floors or whatever. You know, your job is to clean shit in the bathrooms. That's a torment. Vex. Somebody vexes you. That's torment. Hey, you got dudes that leave women because they fucking. This one Jake, he said, look. He said he was happier being locked up in the prison system because when he came out, his wife would torment him, nothing but nag him. And he even in the movie Goodfellas, there's a scene where the guy said he got caught because he didn't want to be with his wife. He went back to jail. So sometimes having a wife could be hell. We all know that. The ones of you that, you know, have that experience. So they can put hell on you, man. Oh, when you get married, have a couple of kids, and it's child support time. You going back and forth to court, that's torment. That's hell. You in hell. It says, give me a second. It says test materials by the touchstone, which is a black siliceous stone used to test the purity of gold or silver by the color of the spark or the streak produced on it by rubbing it with either metal. A question by applying torture. Police are trying to get a confession out of you, and you can't drink nothing, you can't eat nothing, you can't go to the bathroom, and so that's a form of torture, you know? To torture, to vex. It says Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Does that mean that Judah put Ephraim in a fiery hell with grievous pains of the body and mind? Because you can be tormented in the mind. Somebody could be teasing you, and that's a form of torment. It said to torment, to be harassed. Like they'll say the Hebrew Israelites, they harass people that pass by. And we don't do that. If an Edomite pass by, or Jake, we just let him walk. And the Spirit always works it out where they stop and come up. We don't say, "Hey, sis, come over here. I want to show you. You supposed to be wearing a dress." Blah blah blah. Yo, brother, come over here. A lot of these guys are into numbers. We're not into numbers. We're into pushing this truth out, and the numbers will come in, but they will be in the form of the elect. The Most High is only dealing with the elect. It's not about going to each and every person on the planet and you got to face them face. No, it doesn't say that. It says to. That's why Nate and them, they ain't going back to Nairobi, Kenya no more. They learned their lesson. It says they going over there like they own the fucking place. It says, but Idi Amin put their asses in place with them tear gas canisters. It says to be harassed, distressed of those who at sea are struggling with a headwind. So if you're at sea and there's a headwind and you having trouble trying to steer the boat, that means you're in hell. That's the demons went to hell. The Lord, when the demon said, matter of fact, let me do this. Bring it back. When he's, sorry about that. '28 verse, when he saw Yahushai, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, "What have I to do with thee, Yahushai, thou son of the Most High? The Most High, I beseech thee, torment me not." So, see, that means he was cast into hell. No, he wasn't cast into hell. The Most High, the Son put him in his place. You know, penalize him, so to speak. Okay, we're gonna put you out of the realm of the living, so you can't mess with nobody for a while. The Most High, look, the Father, he sets up demons to do certain things and gives them, work assignments, so to speak. And then he pulls them back. Because the scriptures say, in not too many words, the angels love to do the bidding of the Most High. And that includes the angels on the left-hand side. Don't let me go to the story of Ramas Gilead. So now let me come back over here to the word torment. So there's no such thing as a hell. Right? It says pain, toil, toss, vex, to torture. Okay, let me do this. Now, this is Matthew 8, verse 6, and saying, "Lord, or Kairos, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented." Does that mean that his servant is burning in hell? He's in a pit and he's burning in hell. No, he's suffering from the palsy. He was sick. Let's look up the word palsy. If you have a bad cold or the flu, you in the bed, because we all experience that when you're in the bed, you can't move. When you get up to go to the bathroom, that you in pain. Okay, so let's look up the word palsy.
Strong's G 3885. Paralutikas. Paralutikas.
Paralytic, suffering from the relaxing of the nerves of one side, disabled, weak of limbs. Somebody with the palsy, they can't walk, they can't move. And I believe that's a autoimmune disease where your immune system attacks itself. So if somebody can't walk and they're in a wheelchair, does that mean that they're burning in hell? No. So when the demon said, "Don't torment me," it didn't mean, oh, he's going to send them to hell. So anyway, I mean, you can read the rest of them. Give me a second. Let me close these up and close this up. Everybody that dies, they go to the spiritual realm. And you catch hell when you come back. St. John chapter 9, starting from the first verse. When the man was blind, he was blind from his birth. So he was asked, what sin did he commit that he's blind? Did he commit? Matter of fact, let me go to that. Let me go ahead and read that. St. John 9. Chapter 9. Healing the man born blind. And as Yahushua passed by this, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. So that would normally mean that he did something in the previous life and he's going to pay for it when he comes back as soon as he's born. And his disciples asked him, saying, "Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" So how can you sin when you're not even before you're born? Because it's reincarnation. They understood reincarnation. It said, Yahushua answered, "Neither have this man sinned nor his parents, but that the work of the Most High should be made manifest in him." So he didn't do nothing to be punished by coming back as a blind person or a crippled person. He did that. The Most High said, "Okay, I'm gonna make this child be born blind, and I'm gonna let him become a grown man. All his life he can't see, and then Yahushua gonna come along and he gonna heal him." And the Most High could do that because the Most High could do what he wanted to do. Did not he put Job through hell as a test to see his integrity? And who did he give the job assignment to? He gave it to the spiritual demon Satan. And the hell that Satan put through Job, that would have made any man crack. And he maintained it. His woman said, "F this, man." He thought he had a righteous woman till all them goodies were taken away. Women ain't with you. And that's why a lot of you men that say you ain't gonna take the chip, don't be surprised if your women take the chip. And you might get weak and follow your women and go ahead and take the chip. Because the chip is at the door. So anyway, let me do this. So the answer is no, there's no spiritual hell that your soul burns in forever. Stop listening to blockheads like that false prophet Bishop Nate. Okay, let me just see what's happening. Oh, you got this one fool, a rapper that blew his hand off. He's a grown-ass man. What you playing with fireworks for? What you playing with fireworks for? I'm just looking just to see what's happening out there. A legacy that will never be forgotten, the remnant. I don't know what that's all about. 7 reasons why May 14th, 1948, the state of Israel was a joke. Yeah, because that's a secular kingdom. That's a Zionist. The Balfour Declaration, they had to create a state of Israel, and they had to get people to play the Israelites. Okay, these are European. The white people are going to play Israelites. Let me see. Right, this place, America, is circling the drain. It's a matter of time before they go. Bear me for a minute. Oh, I gotta watch this. In democracies, the tendency for hyperinflation is very high. That means prices keep going up and up and up. Trump said prices, as soon as he's sworn in, prices go down immediately. Prices have gone up or stayed the same. No, they're going up. Gas prices going up slightly. Iran restarts its nuclear program. What next? Famous UFC fighter pays 4 G's in alimony to stay at home. Ex-husband, whatever. Oh, she pays him alimony. Good, good. Oh, good. Examining word meanings, etymology. And that's what we known for. We'll go into the etymology of words. Okay, seven reasons why May 14, 1948, the state of Israel was a joke. Okay, this rapper that just got his hand blown off will be a candidate for the brain implant. Oh, and he'll take it. Anyway, let me do this here. I'll give you a couple of precepts. I went into this subject yesterday on the wicked. I simply put in the word wicked Job 29:17. I'm gonna give you a couple of them. Job 29:17. And we know who the wicked is. Malachi 1. Wait for it. And I break the jaws of the wicked and block the spoil out of his teeth. And we are the spoil. The nations are the spoil. So the Most High is going to upset their plans. What's that? Enterprise. That's in Job. Not perform their enterprise. I believe that's Job 5, if I'm not mistaken. Job 5. Yep. Job 5, verse 12. Let me start from to set up on high those that be low will low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. We're going to be exalted to safety. That's the kingdom. And it's going to be an everlasting kingdom. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, the wicked, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. They want to reach that pinnacle. They had the Illuminati blueprint, the agenda. They're not going to reach their, reach their goal. Our enterprise has been crowned with success. No, your enterprise will be crowned with failure, because a new kingdom's coming in. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Headlong meaning you get hit with a good shot, you get knocked out before you hit the ground, and you just fall flat in your face. And it's going to be public. The whole world's going to see it. This is going to be a spectacular ending to the wicked when Babylon is destroyed. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. And that happened to us, Deuteronomy 28, and it's going to happen to them. They're not going to have any way to get out of these predicaments that they're in, that they put themselves in. But he saveth the poor. We're the poor from the sword, from death, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. They're the mighty right now, military. It said they're going to be like women, right? That's in Nahum. That's also in Jeremiah. So the poor hath hope. The poor are the Israelites. It's not just talking about a poor Edomite. It's talking about the Israelites. And iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth, and we've been corrected. Us going under the curses is part of our correction. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So now that we understand it, that's why you got certain guys like Tazadaka that sold out. He wanted to live good. He didn't want to wait for the kingdom. He was a man void of integrity. For he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth, and his hands make whole. He gonna make us whole. That's Hosea 6:2. And the third day, what does it say? After 2 days, he will revive us, and the third day, he will lift us up. I'm just paraphrasing. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in the 7 there shall no evil touch thee. The seven trouble represents, that goes back into the seven plagues or the seven trumpets. So we have to be delivered. The seventh trumpet is when the missiles fly. So we got to be delivered between the sixth and the seventh trumpet. We're in the sixth trumpet. We're in between the sixth and the seventh trumpet. So we looking as the elect to be delivered. Yeah, these guys, IUIC, they go into Revelation 13 and 18, and it says 666. And then they said, the 666, 6 represents trumpets, 6 represents, another 6 represents vowels, and another 6 represent. They're just making shit up as they go along. They don't realize how stupid they sound. They don't realize how stupid they sound. And the zombies believe it. Anyway, with that, shalom, on to the next shalom.